My name is Courtney Chastain. This is for second period. It is April 6, 2020, and this is my final persuasive speech. The industrial world is constantly growing, taking away farming space. Thankfully, farmers and garden growers have come up with a solution to this problem. This solution is called hydroponics. Although it has become more popular in recent years, there are signs of it being used by the Babylonians around 500 to 600 BC. According to Oxford Dictionary on lexico.com, hydroponics is the process of growing plants in sand, gravel, or liquid with added nutrients but without soil. Hydroponics is a growing farming method being used by farmers and garden growers all over the U.S. The greenhouse hydroponic vegetable industry in Florida has changed significantly over the past 15 years due to shifts in market demand, adverse weather, and research-based innovations in new crops, as well as improvements in production cost and efficiency. Hydroponics is a great new way to start a garden as a hobby or as a way to provide food for a family, as well as being used by farmers to produce food for America. To begin with, the first great thing about hydroponics is that it can be used almost anywhere. This means that fruits and vegetables are able to be grown in any state and region when being grown using this method. The most common type of hydroponics is a vertical hydroponics tower, which is gravity fed. How does this work, you might ask? Well, in a typical hydroponics tower, the idea is to use a tube system with a pump to get water to the top layers. From there, you can use the assistance of gravity to channel the flow down to the reservoir. In this picture, you can see that the reservoir is the basin at the very bottom, so the water travels from the top all the way to the bottom where it's kept. You can either use a single tube to deliver water to the top level or use multiple channels to different layers for optimal delivery of water and nutrients. In a tower design, the plants are grown at an angle, typically around 45 degrees. Vertical towers save a tremendous amount of space because they consist of many layers of growing floors. This allows for a large group of vegetables to be grown within close proximity. Plants usually need space for roots to spread out through the soil, but according to epicgardening.com, now they are submerged in a bath of oxygenated nutrient solution. Instead of using soil to carry the needed nutrients the plant needs, hydroponics uses a customized nutrient solution, so they are always surrounded by the perfect nutrition, meaning they can be kept closer together. One main argument against the use of grow towers is the difficulty of having enough light that can arise. If your vertical tower is outdoors, the issue is limited due to being able to stagger your levels strategically so that the perfect amount of light is available to all layers. According to greenandvibrant.com, ensuring that all plants get the equal amount of light can be challenging, and the only solution might be to install separate grow lights for each layer. Secondly, no soil means no pests. With the use of hydroponics, pests and diseases are drastically reduced. Eliminating soil means eliminating soil-borne diseases which have the potential to be harmful. Pests are also eliminated. According to the University of Florida's team from the Institute of Food and Ag Sciences, some of the most common pests in gardening include soil-dwelling insects, leaf and stem chewers, and sucking pests that suck out plant sap, which eventually leads to stressing out the plant. Plant viruses can be spread this way, as well as toxins being inserted by some of these bugs that can cause abnormal or distorted growing of the plant. Using hydroponics, the amount of pests and diseases drops by about 95%. Since pests are not a problem, pesticides are not needed, which improves the overall health and taste of the plant. Pesticides take away the nutrients from the plant and ultimately kills it in time. Lastly, hydroponics saves a large amount of water. In soil gardening, gardeners on average dump a very good amount of water into their soil every couple of days to ensure good penetration into the soil so the roots can suck up as much water as possible. Some of the water is evaporated out of the soil, while some seeps deeper into the ground. A small percentage of the water is used by the plant. Hydroponics reduces this problem by using a recirculating nutrient reservoir. This results in the plant only taking up the amount of water they need at any one time and leaves the rest in the reservoir for later. Reservoirs are covered to prevent evaporation. You can save 90% of water used in soil gardening by switching to a hydroponic setup. Research has shown that the same amount of water used to water a plant in soil for a day is the same amount of water used in plants using hydroponics for days and weeks at a time. Hydroponics is a great new way to garden as a hobby or as a way to provide food for a family, as well as being used by farmers to produce food for all of America. Hydroponics is going to be the most effective method of farming growing in the 21st century and years to come. For more information, visit ifas.ufl.edu. Thank you for listening.